Once, Nokia was more than just a phone company. It was a global phenomenon. From a small paper mill in Finland to becoming the world's top mobile giant, Nokia shaped how millions connected, played, and lived. Its devices were durable, iconic, and unforgettable. From the legendary 3310 to the ringtone that became part of everyday life. But behind the success was a story of missed opportunities, failed software, and a battle against a new era of smartphones. As Apple and Android rose, Nokia's empire crumbled, leaving behind a cautionary tale of innovation lost. This is the rise and fall of Nokia, a journey from unstoppable dominance to a forgotten brand, and the lessons it leaves behind. The story of Nokia doesn't begin with cell phones or even electronics. It starts in 1865 with a small paper mill on the banks of a river in Finland. At the time, nobody could have imagined that this humble business would one day dominate the global mobile phone market. For decades, Nokia experimented and expanded, moving from rubber boots to cables, from tires to televisions. Each shift pulled the company closer to technology and communications. By the mid-20th century, Nokia had grown into a multi-industry giant, laying the foundation for its entry into electronics. What made Nokia different was its ability to evolve, constantly searching for the next opportunity. The same restless drive that took it from paper to power would eventually lead it into mobile phones, a decision that would change not only the company's future, but the way the entire world stayed connected. By the 1980s, Nokia was no longer just a Finnish company. It was aiming to make its mark on the world. This was the moment when telecommunications became the future, and Nokia saw the opportunity. The company began building early car phones and experimenting with mobile networks, stepping into a field that very few dared to enter. While others hesitated, Nokia invested heavily, believing that mobility would transform how people lived and worked. Their vision paid off. By the late 1980s, Nokia had delivered some of the first truly portable mobile phones. They were bulky, heavy, and expensive, but they carried a promise of freedom, the idea that you could stay connected anywhere. This bold move shifted Nokia from being just another electronics brand into a pioneer of communication. What started as an experiment was quickly becoming Nokia's destiny, and the stage was set for global dominance. The 1990s were the decade when Nokia exploded onto the global stage. As mobile phones shrank in size and became more affordable, Nokia led the charge with sleek designs and unmatched reliability. While competitors scrambled to catch up, Nokia focused on making phones that were simple, durable, and stylish. Models like the Nokia 1011 and later the 2100 became instant hits, bringing mobile communication to everyday people, not just businessmen. The timing was perfect. As mobile networks expanded, Nokia phones were everywhere, from bustling cities to remote villages. The brand's name became synonymous with trust and innovation, and sales skyrocketed. By the mid-90s, Nokia was not just a player in the industry, it was setting the rules. For millions, that blue Nokia logo meant one thing: the future of communication had arrived, and it fit right in the palm of your hand. If one phone could define an entire generation, it was the Nokia 3310. Released in 2000, this little device became more than just a phone. It was a cultural icon. Known for its near indestructible build, legendary battery life, and the addictive game Snake, the 3310 captured the hearts of millions. Teenagers decorated it with colorful faceplates, while adults relied on it as a trustworthy companion that simply never failed. Unlike the fragile devices of today, the 3310 earned a reputation for surviving drops, scratches, even water. It wasn't just a tool, it became part of everyday life, a symbol of Nokia's promise to make technology reliable and fun. The 3310 sold over 100 million units, cementing Nokia's dominance. For many, their very first text message or call was made on this phone. It was more than a device. It was a piece of history in their pocket. By the early 2000s, Nokia was untouchable. At its peak, the company controlled over 40% of the global mobile phone market, a share so massive that no rival even came close. Nokia phones weren't just everywhere, they became part of daily culture. From the stylish Nokia 8210 to the business-friendly communicator series, the brand had something for everyone. Innovation was at the heart of it all. Colorful screens, polyphonic ringtones, interchangeable covers, and sturdy designs that set trends worldwide. People trusted Nokia because its phones were practical. As the mid-2000s approached, a storm was brewing in the mobile world. Apple unveiled the iPhone in 2007, and soon after, Google introduced Android. These weren't just phones. They were pocket-sized computers with touchscreens, apps, and internet integration that changed how people use technology. Nokia, still clinging to its dominance, underestimated the shift. The company believed that strong hardware alone would keep it on top, while Apple and Android focused on software ecosystems that kept users hooked. Consumers no longer wanted just durable phones. They wanted experiences, sleek designs, and endless apps. While competitors moved fast, Nokia hesitated, relying on its aging Symbian system. The smartphone revolution wasn't just a new chapter, it was a tidal wave, and Nokia wasn't ready. For the first time in years, the giant began to stumble, and the cracks in its empire became impossible to ignore. At the heart of Nokia's downfall was its software. While iOS and Android were sleek, fast, and developer-friendly, Nokia's Symbian operating system felt clunky and outdated. Navigating menus required endless clicks, updates were slow, and app support was limited. Developers flocked to iOS and Android, leaving Symbian behind with fewer choices and poor user experiences. Nokia tried to patch the system, but it was like putting tape on a sinking ship. Consumers quickly noticed the gap. Why stick with Symbian when other platforms offered touchscreens, smooth apps, and an ecosystem that felt alive? Even loyal fans began drifting away. Inside Nokia, debates raged about whether to improve Symbian or start fresh. But by the time decisions were made, the competition had already pulled far ahead. What once was Nokia's strength became its biggest weakness, dragging the company further away from the future it helped create. By 2011, Nokia knew it couldn't survive on Symbian alone. In a bold move, the company partnered with Microsoft to adopt the Windows Phone operating system. The Lumia series was born, featuring bright colors, smooth designs, and an interface that looked fresh compared to other smartphones. At first, the partnership seemed promising. Reviewers praised the hardware and the unique tile-based software. But beneath the surface, problems remained. Windows Phone lacked the massive app libraries that iOS and Android offered, leaving users frustrated. Developers were reluctant to invest in a system with such a small market share. While Apple and Samsung battled for the top, Nokia's Lumia phones struggled to attract enough buyers. The Microsoft alliance, meant to be a lifeline, became a last attempt to stay relevant. Instead of saving Nokia, it revealed just how far the once mighty giant had fallen behind in the smartphone race. Despite bold attempts to recover, Nokia's decline was unstoppable. By the mid-2000s, Apple and Samsung had captured the hearts and wallets of global consumers, while Nokia's market share shrank at a shocking pace. The once dominant leader was no longer seen as innovative, but outdated. In 2014, the unthinkable happened. Nokia sold its phone business to Microsoft, marking the end of an era. For millions who grew up with a Nokia in their pocket, it felt like saying goodbye to a trusted friend. The brand that had once defined mobile communication was now a shadow of itself, struggling to stay relevant in a world it helped create. Nokia went from being the king of mobile phones to a cautionary tale of what happens when innovation stalls. The fall of Nokia wasn't sudden. It was the slow fading of a giant unable to adapt. Though Nokia's dominance faded, its legacy is impossible to ignore. For decades, it connected the world, bringing affordable, reliable phones to millions. Its ringtone became a cultural soundtrack, and its devices are still remembered with nostalgia and respect. Today, Nokia survives in a different form, focusing on network technology and licensing. But the brand's story remains a powerful lesson. It shows that no matter how strong a company is, failing to adapt to change can erase even the greatest empires. Nokia reminds us that innovation never stops, and those who hesitate risk being left behind. For younger generations, its story is both a warning and an inspiration. Greatness can vanish overnight, but the impact of true visionaries lasts forever. The rise and fall of Nokia isn't just history, it's a blueprint of how quickly the future can change.